So I think this one, my hubby got this one in a microscope. And it didn't work, so he got a new one from me. But maybe it will work as a Raspberry Pi card. So what do we have else? 882. So I don't have any other big ones left. Though there might be in the phones. So one of these might have a card. I don't think so, but let's check. So nothing. I'm kind of sure they don't have anything. This is my photo of snap buttons that I sold. Well, I'm not getting it off. It's because the battery is bad. Let's put this one back in here. So yeah, that totally didn't work. So I'll just go check what I have over here. Let's just clean this up. So, is there something in here? Have I ever used that? I just realized we didn't delete the files, so let's do that. 2. And let's check these two. I was trying to type Wi-Fi test. So let's actually delete all of this. There's nothing else in there. So, alright, we need to sudo because it's rooted also. We can only read. So, no directory. Good. So, let's see what we can fit on 32. I want to just see if it works, right? But first, we have this one that it didn't work with. So we're going to actually unplug the Wi-Fi card. And let's plug this in. See if we can get a Raspberry Pi image on this one. So, trying different ones. Oh my god, I can't see what it says, the tiny text. Oh. And it's understood that something is in the SD, and this red one is just power. Red for power. Not very crazy, but it made me think, like, what does it already detect something is wrong with it? This is probably extremely old. Let's see here. We have alright, we have like Raspberry Pi, right? Raspberry Pi imager. So we have a Raspberry Pi 4. So the download says something about the size of it. We want something tiny now. Let's just do... Is that all I get to choose? I've never used the default one. I've never used the Raspberry Pi OS. They seem to be tiny, all of them. Maybe an 8 gig one did. Maybe that was enough. This is 200, okay? Maybe we should just burn something else on this instead. Let's do Balena instead, because this is the one that thought it was bad. Come on, I just want to get to B. Let's put the Debian image on this or whatever, right? Just a normal one to test the SD card. If I didn't delete it. Debian and open. So I should really get SD card reader that I trust. This has kind of worked, but they're all like finicky, right? I don't really like any of the ones I have, or rather, I don't know why I have so many of them. I think so let's not do the new drive. 20 tera drive, show unhidden, yes and nothing. So it doesn't notice this one. It's in here. So let's just remove that and let's get that one out. And let's put it in this one instead. This one's very nice sized, right? Nice size. Whatever. So there. So this old thing didn't even find a card. Let's try it with this one then. It might be this though, but it's SanDisk. Let's go back. Cancel, select target. Let's close this one. Let's just click this first. It looks so funny, this. 20,000 gigabytes. So why doesn't it detect anything? Alright, so I'm testing a drive that it can't find. So I was supposed to copy this data over to this one too, but it won't. I can't access it. I've had it not running for a while after it's been running for a few years on my desk. Both of the things. So let's plug the other one in. I don't think that would matter. But whatever, let's try stuff. It felt very odd to push that in, right? It's too hard. You can put it right straight into the switch and the hub. Let's put it in the USB hub. There, so there was a difference, right? So my hubby got this one with his microscope. So it works. I'm just gonna pull it out angrily here. And let's put the 200 gig one in, which is a SanDisk one, which should work, which is not old, but just Raspberry Pi app didn't want to do anything with it. So I'm gonna stop my other drive just to let's just eject that one, so we don't have that one on. We just have one drive that's connected here. So we have D, we have H, the new drive. These are all SATA. And this is USB. So F. Please insert a disk into F. Yeah, there's something there. Can we do disk management on this? So yeah, it's here unallocated. So what if we just create a new simple volume on this? So I have a hard time thinking it's dead. Let's put some odd letter so we can see it easily. And I don't mix it with the other G that we just had, right? New simple volume is what we did. Was not mitigated due to a partial or ambiguous match. Now I want to put this in some other computer. And I want to look at that too. Device itself cannot, its ID cannot be read. Device was started. Device was configured. Device was not mitigated due to partial or ambiguous match. Well, since we didn't need the 200 gigs for the Raspberry Pi, and I had a lot of 8 ones, 8 sounds like a crazy low amount of data, but when you think about it, like when I remember when I bought my first 6 GB drive and it was huge, right? So we have SanDisk 8 gig, 2 of them. Let's just put this one back for now. I think I'll throw out this reader too. So 8 gigs. It's just to play with the Raspberry Pi's pins and actually do stuff like that. I don't know. Do you how do you do that? I've never done it, so I want to play with it. It's quite high level if it's running Linux, you know. It's not like it's low level stuff, like just burning stuff to it. That's a whole list of card with stuff. What I want to play with is this new cable that I got. This is what I want to play with. I want to put it in a breadboard, connect this to the Raspberry Pi. So I didn't put my Raspberry Pis in here. Where are they then? So I bought the new nice metal boxes. Are they in the shelf maybe? So that's interesting. Well, they might just be in the drawer. So, but let's get started with this first and see if we can actually burn something on this. But now we know more about why it didn't work. This one. So this is my new one, yeah. And this one that we just connected, will it be detected by Bellina? So we have a 8 gig drive here, no problem. Alright, so we can close that. Yeah, we started it this way, so Raspberry Pi Imager should be easy to just open again. I didn't want it to block the devices from the other one, that's why I closed it. So, so this one says recommended, and I've never done it. So let's do it, right? And here we have the USB device. SD too, it says, so that's nice. Just triple checking it. Right, we could edit settings. It's always nice to start stuff like SSH, but and also if you don't want it to be called Raspberry Pi. Yeah, this is nothing useful, so no one tries to copy it. I don't have it saved anywhere else. It's kind of fun that it remembers it though, right? Oh, right, you can't see, my god. Yeah, so we're looking at these settings. I just selected the device, Raspberry Pi 4. I did the first here, Raspberry Pi OS. Oh, there's redeems, and I didn't see anything about those. Was that long ago? Go to right, play with a robot. Yeah, you can you can play with a robot. Do you want to? I can get the robot arm out. We're not doing anything special. I have like 20 minutes at least to just spend on something. And I don't think we can like put the memory in a Raspberry Pi if I don't find it first. So let's do the basic defaulty thingy, the basic tiny 8 gigabyte SD card, and settings. That's like the most and useless stuff. So let's just do the default things fully, right? We don't have to set anything up. We can do it from in there. Or do we want to configure the Wi-Fi at least? Can I move this, right? You already seen what the name is, right? That's no secret, but I don't know if it hides. No, it doesn't hide the password. So sorry. Meaning I should put it on the screen that you can't hop to it. So password, and then I say it, right? So, oh, I had show password checked, so I just unchecked this. Locale settings. Well, we definitely want Swedish keyboard, or I'll faint. Let's set the... It can be Raspberry Pi, though. I don't mind. Yeah, so username, I think it has something odd as a start. Yeah, you can see what I type. I'm not putting a secret one in, but one that I use for like semi-safe stuff. And can remember, but it's still hard to do. But we only type it once. Then we have services, and we want to enable SSH with password and save. Would you like to apply? Yes. All existing data on the ST-MC USB device will be erased. Thinking an extra time for the device there, so we don't clear hard drive. And then we have the cable. But while it's doing its thing, let's actually look for Raspberry Pi. So it might just be behind me here. So I have stuff behind here. Lots of kinds of stuff. I should clean here too. Some Raspberry Pi, just some Sony speaker, headphones, empty bins. More speakers, monitors, mouse mats, like a million mouse mats here. Yeah, but it's probably in here somewhere in this bin here. So this is when we clean stuff and sort it. I remove that from other places to get to order. So here we have like old electronics thingies. Electronics books. Oh, here's these. I think I'll throw these out. But we could possibly look at what's inside. Use the Bluetooth or something. This is going to my company storage. So, mouse mats. Where do you store mouse mats? My kids like using these a lot, going through them. So I'm not throwing them out. But where? So here's my mic for the camera. If I use it like a video camera. And we have stuff for running, water things. Oh, so my sunglasses here. Yeah, we don't need those in the winter, do we? So have some clothes there too. Yeah, so I'm like, let's go running again. Yeah, I think my shoulder is okay enough to do that. So we get an error writing to this, file to disk, and this is another card. I think it might have broken 2 cards now. Is it doing something bad? This writer. I don't think it's a program. Let's look at it again. There. Next. Well, let's do no clear settings. Yes.
TMKDK says, is it fast SD card?
It's a real old 8 GB SD card, so we can always try another one. Let's see. I want to keep doing the cleaning too. So, empty plastic bag, trash. Yeah, so let's try another card. I'll just pull this one out. So, I had like several of the tiny ones. So, let's do the 32 one, right? It's kind of new, only my hubby had problems with it, so I'm putting the one that didn't work outside of there so we can know which ones we've tried. So if this is broken, I'm kind of sad because it's the tiniest possible SD card to USB, right? It's very nice. So let's try again. So yes, and if this is right successfully now, then we will have to connect keyboard and mouse and do all the configuration manually, but I don't mind. But I guess we'll have the count, whatever its default account is. I'm just thinking this is the most basic test, right? And I think the image was like 2.7 maximum gigs, and this now is a 32 gig card. Yeah, so error writing file to disk. So we have now tried 3 different cards with this writer. So let's try the other one. Though that card I kind of knew was bad. Okay, let's do one more. It's quick. Oopsie.
When you have set up the SSH, you can remote into that.
Yeah, but I didn't set up the SSH now. So come on. So this is a 200 one. Yeah, I thought so. So this is some kind of odd. It's a Maxell card. So let's look at these. So if I'm breaking all of these, I'm not smart, but whatever. It's very odd if a writer can be bad, so it breaks the data it shouldn't be able to overwrite. I don't think it's possible, really, right? I don't think you can update it. So, right, let's actually select again these. Right, so it's the same reader, it's just a different card in. So that's gave it an extra chance to correct itself here. Writing 0. Did we get to this? 1%, 2%. So I'll just continue fixing this here. So
Venom to 76 says, does the cards need formatted first?
No, because we're writing an operating system of a full image.
Yeah, if it is bad, we can't set up the SSH and IP before we load the SD card.
We probably can. If this works writing it, we can just do it again with the right information. But we also need the Raspberry Pis, right? So maybe I should like quick look instead of actually clean the house. Let's just check it here. Alright, so this is where I have the slime stuff. Just ended up some other stuff on top. Yeah, they were here. I was right. So we have Raspberry Pis. And some other stuff. But here's the Raspberry Pis. So... And here's the reader I usually use for that. The HDMI converter. So these were, we did like a test of headphones. IP on the modem. Yeah, so you can just see, usually we get a DHCP address, and then I can look in my router for what address it got. So that's not a big problem. So, let's see what else have we got here. Alright, yeah. So I did put a pile of clean clothes that are going in the wardrobe on some other stuff. That's stupid. It never gets where it's supposed to go, right? So let's put it where so now I'm actually going to put it in the wardrobe. So got another one of these two. We can put it here on the side so we have easy access to some USB power without going to the computer. It's always nice to not get it pop up in Windows, right? So here's like climbing stuff. Climbing shoes. There. Yeah, I really need to go through all of it. And that's like the limit of my shoulder can do right now. But it's much better. I don't have like constant pain. I got inflammation in my shoulder. So but I'm thinking I should probably start jogging like a bit, at least. We can take some walks and stuff. I usually do Mondays and Wednesdays when my kids in school. I usually stream. It's, by the way, it's on 67%, so hopefully it'll work fine this time.
If anything helps.
Yeah, so I just like, you know, it's not good for your body to just don't do a lot of stuff. You need to move. So since I'm still waiting for my kids for 1 hour 45 minutes, I used to go for like a bit of a run or jog or whatever you call it in my slow speed, you know, in the middle of the forest usually. But then I got this thing, so it's been very annoying. First I had a cold, like 2 colds after each other. Then that. So this belongs in there. So, and this too. And these. So, some more stuff in the right place. So 87%. So we have a power cable. Let's start putting this together, right? So when I plug in this reader, if I were to, then we would probably get this camera stop working. So since we have this other HDMI that we used for the laptop right now, we can just... Yeah, I usually do this, but let's just see my cable here. So here we have it. What was that? Alright, it was the thing I'm going to put like a basket underneath to keep the track of all cables. So So I'm just going to plug in one of the Raspberry Pi power cables into the power here. There. So it has a nice little power button on the cable. And these we could like take apart and pull out the Bluetooth in there. So why did I do this to the poor new cable, to put it like that? I should use like I'll just put it in the drawer for now. These are kind of tiny, right? So I'm not a big, but I can like almost cover both of them with. And this is aluminium. It's very cool. So, and this one has a SD card. So this one is an installed honeypot. So a basic one. So I won't change that one. This is the one that doesn't have an SD card. So it is all ready for stuff. Though here is where we want the cable in, right? So we need to open it. We have 20 minutes. We can at least do that. And let's see here. So I have several breadboards like this, and we'll just plug this one in like that in one of them. So we'll find one with a good size. So that cable didn't really fit there because I put some other stuff in. So here's the same but empty, almost empty. So if we were to plug this one in here, so if I plug it in like this, it has like one connector there and three there. That's not good, right? We'll need to move it one step over. I don't think there's a perfect solution for that. Whoopsie. I do feel my hunger too, and this is not the perfect board. I have boards where I have just one of these power in the middle, and then you can put it like this. That's better. So I'm not pleased enough with that to use it. And also these unplugs, meaning it doesn't have to be like electrified here. Even if we plug that in. Whatever. I'll just put it a bit down like that. So we could at least reach both sides. And let's get some screwdrivers. So, oh right, the microscope is out. I can't use my microscope because this is HDMI, right? So I plugged in this HDMI into that one. I really should have the other HDMI always connected, so I can just connect stuff on stream without killing the camera. There, I put it over here. So this one, it should always be connected. Let's do it. If my camera dies now, I'll spend the rest of stream.
What do you need microscope to?
I wanted to show you stuff like the connectors, everything, but I can't. We'll do it next time, but I'll plug this in after stream. So let's just get the correct ones. So, also, either I need the microscope or the glasses for this, because it looks like Torx actually. Yeah, it is Torx, not just me being blind. So wrong screwdrivers. So let's see.
We trust you what you do.
So let's open this up. So this has like the cooling of the metal, the aluminium, is reaching down to the ships, and there are these tiny pads in between to connect them. And these pads, I have spare ones, but I'm hoping that we won't break them by just opening it. I'm thinking. So it worked very nicely this time. So I should probably put the data in, but I was just minimizing, you know, minimizing possible failure reasons. So we just want it up and running, and configuring it from the basic stuff might be something to do too, right? So I have never used the basic Raspberry Pi OS. So there you can see the pads. No, you can't see the pads. So the pads, one stayed on that one and the other stayed on those ships. So it's very nice how it's very cool, you know, cooling for the ships. Now we need to put this one here, meaning which direction, right? And I would have liked a microscope for this. So let's actually Google. Though I'm kind of assuming it's this way, right? But it could be this way.
It will only catch half of the errors. FixerBot says.
New follower Venomtage76.
Welcome in, welcome in. So, I would usually microscope this for you. Should we fix it? You know, it's called fix it to streamer, so of course we fix it, right? So unplugging the other HDMI cable that we're not going to use there, and then we're going to plug the microscope's HDMI in again. So it will work.
TMKDK says, better fix it before power on.
Oh, this is just HDMI. Let's see. There. So there, now we should have normal microscope, but we might have double images. We'll see. So now we can look at stuff like the details in the card. That's the screws rolling around. Also, I want this image big, so I have a preview on my other screen here. So if we look at this, we can see it says anything. It says GPIO. That's all it says on the whole connector. I'm sure there must be something more, right?
Floor 4. Translated from Croatian.
So nothing more. Here you can see what Raspberry Pi does.
What?
Here's the pads. And I'm thinking, so now I'm thinking that this cable will go on in this way, because that's a logical way to put the cable, right? But I want it to be correct to the names of these, right? So we could just connect it, and then we will have to change the names if it's wrong, right? So we have on image now which way I connect it. So
Marcy Popsis says,
pin 1 equals 3 volts and 2 equals 5 volts. Does that help?
TMKDK says.
So I can't see anything on this. What we'll do is we'll check online about this header, right? And we can see that this pin, where it goes with the microscope. So now we know that it's connected this way, meaning the brown one goes to this, towards the connector we have the red, the black one. So black towards these. So we can see here on the microscope, and we can see that the black, yeah, I don't know, these are like standard cables, you know, but you can see it is kind of fat, the outer one, and it's also going to 3.3 volts. And on the other side we have another fat one going to 5 volts, and then we have ground over there. So we have several grounds. So you really need to know which is which here, right? The directionality of this cable, because otherwise we can do bad stuff. But which is the easiest way to find out? We just measure the voltage. We can just measure the voltage, right? So I noticed though that there is actually a hole straight over there. So there, yeah, it is. So we can measure 3.3 volts, and we can measure if this is 5.5 volts.
Or just beep the connection.
Yeah, but we have nothing really to beep with. I'm going to close this one now. So we don't need it. Though we have the ground, it should be grounded, the outer. So let's just close it. So it's pretty with the cable. Oh, right. You just got a black thing. So let's just putting the lid back up. Oh, we just have a cable going out here, right? So screws back.
But so far nothing is connected, so it should be okay.
Yeah, and then we can just measure if these are correct. If it's 3 volts, I mean, if the difference between the ground and 3 volts is 3 volts, then it's okay. Right? We can measure a bit when we turn it on. So we also need the power cable. I'm sure I have one over here. So let's just... So I just feel I'm breaking the cable now when if I'm putting it too close there. So I rotate it. So tightening these a bit. Want those pads to pass the warmth to the nice cooling case. So I bought these cases on Amazon. I'm very pleased with them. They were not expensive. No, I bought them on AliExpress even. Yeah, I bought them on AliExpress. Very nice cases. Very like high quality feel. It's aluminium, it's all black and nice, and no like, you know, some stuff is like just scratched. So one thing we need to do is also to put the SD card in, right? So let's be nice and disconnected from the computer in the right way. So they're all connected. So next thing we need is the little HDMI one that I just, yeah, so I'm like, where did I put that thing? Was that obvious? Probably, right? So let's just put the screwdriver away so we don't have a million things up. So, where did I put the... Alright, in this drawer. So, there. For the first test, we don't need the SD card. Put this here too, right? There. And this is a mouse for the for the laptop. everything at the same time. These are too fat. So I had a tiny little black cable too. Where is it? So whatever. We'll just take a new one. So and let's plug those in. All right. So I kind of locked it with those. There. So trying to be smart here and connecting it before I unroll the roll. So red. These are the new ones actually that arrived. It's just a banana connector with a kind of big one of these. So, but as we can just connect this, and well, let's actually switch sides because that's the one I used probably before for that. And let's connect this to the 3-volt one. There, and then the black one. There. And let's connect that in one of the ground ones that I can't see. So let's see, where do we have ground? We had it over here, right? So the 3rd one, that should be ground. So I'm sorry for having the keyboard and everything still here. Such a mess. This is just the last bit of the stream, so we have the power, right? We don't need more for this test. We only need for me to find where the power is. There.
It's okay.
So, power, and we should get a value here when we click the button. So, 3.3. We have confirmed the direction of this. So if we move the red one to this side now, and let me put the microscope up too. So here, over here, if we move the red one to the 5 volts here, so from 3 volts to 5, over here, there. So now we have 5. So we know that we have the right direction. We don't have to worry. These texts are correct. That's that. So right, I clicked it. I have to unclick it then. So next step is just to simply boot it. So we need 2 more things. We need this, and we need the SD card. So first of all, let's turn the power off with a tiny button. I love these buttons, it's so nice, right? Now we even have a confirmation that it's dying. So it's getting a bit of disorganized again here. I have to clean again. So now when I plug this in, my camera might die, but as I'm really supposed to already have stopped streaming, we'll just do a quick test. We'll see. Yeah, it died. I was kind of assuming it would. So we're plugging in this. So let's just turn that off. Plugging this in. I'm going to nicely remove the SD card from the computer. Currently it got a new name. So, and getting the SD card. It is still unplugged. It's kind of warm this though. So SD card into this, and I better get the glasses just to make sure I don't do anything. I'll like drop it into the box and we have to open it again. So I think it's this direction, and it's supposed to click in place there. Good enough. So this time we should both be able to get an image, and let's see, this one? No, because I changed it, right? And the camera will pop up when I change it, because that's what my code does. Yeah, let me just switch scenes. We can have this one up while I look. I have a HDMI Pi. Look, this is supposed to be the one. HDMI Pi. And let's go to my HDMI 2. I need to probably configure something here. I think it's actually black. It's supposed to be black. So it's actually nothing wrong with it. So I'm debugging stuff that's not... let's actually see if I can get my camera back live. Just a quick fix there. So let's click the start button, right? So we have this. Let's click the little start button here again. We have the 5 volts. We're getting an image. So let's see. So it's on purpose that the rounded corners are only on the upper edge, because we want to be able to type stuff on the prompt there. If we do text only. So I have a Zoom meeting 3 minutes ago on the Siphon's course. So it's also on YouTube. So I think, and it's also probably on Twitch if they don't have another course at the same time, which I think they do today. So while this starts, I'm going to check where we'll raid. And we'll have to continue next time. So we have one other channel live, and it's Anti-Siphon. So on the InfSec streams. Let's see. So that was probably the first configuration boot. If we had set configuration.
See you next time.
Yeah, you're very welcome back. And I stream most weekdays, so. Oh, so this is ads. Swedish ads. Alright, right. Let's see if we can raid them. Otherwise we'll throw someone else a raid. Yeah. Let's see. So I'm gonna click. Let's do this here. So what happened? Did it start again? Yeah, there it's going. So I haven't connected any keyboard yet, so I'll have to do that. Let's see here. Let's do a raid. Anti-Siphon. And let's hope that they they're not accepting raiders this time. Okay. So we'll do manual raid. I will send you their channel name. And I will be joining this course that's going on. And I'm putting a dash in front of the links only so that you can... the TTS won't read it. That's the reason. So next time, tomorrow, we can continue with this, right? And also I'm putting my hand on with this and I didn't get any shocks, at least. So now I'll have to learn how to do this, right? So it's a totally new thing for me to use this with a Raspberry Pi. Very cool. It will be fun. But now we're gonna hop over